There we go. Now let's see how everything's going here. I took my watch off because nobody needs to look at my watch for now another hour and a half. Just gonna... Where did I put it? Trying to avoid Mom ringing the doorbell. The microphone is on? Yeah. Because I actually had the foresight of putting it where it's supposed to be. Like 5 seconds before I went online. Alright, everybody's online. There's somebody on YouTube. I'm going to enable the chat timers for now. Gotta have a sip of this tea. Not my favorite flavor, but it's not bad either. So one last thing I need to do. I got wires everywhere. I got the microphone wire on my knees. And I got the webcam. Well, webcam. It's my phone. The phone wire across my Cintiq. So yeah, I'm having fun. Oh, okay. But I'll take care of that later. Alright, it is 1 p.m. Therefore, let's get to what we're here for. The Marker Universe Monthly Color Challenge. Okay, it has to be a restream issue. Because I just went on and now it's bugging, it's pixelating, and I know for a fact while using Streamlabs yesterday during a 4-hour-long Zoom call, I did not pixelate once. So it has to be a restream issue. It has to be. I'm perfectly clear here on my Streamlabs, and I was perfectly clear for 4 straight hours yesterday. So that actually narrows it down. And it's annoying as fuck. So, let's post the rules. Start the music, hope it's loud enough. But I can't have it too loud or else I'm going to start yelling over the music because it's very loud on my end. Microphone is set on duo, so it should pick it up. Also, that's why I'm having tea right now because, as I said, I spent 4 hours yesterday on the Zoom call. A Zoom class, I should say. So, my voice is kind of feeling scratchy. Itchy and scratchy, sure. So, what are the colors today? Let me get my notes. I literally have notes. This month's color, according to the Marker Universe website, is a Milk Tea B68B82, Peach F2COB7, Geranium F38393. If I'm not mistaken, those are the hex codes for the colors. And the Cardinal AD0047. Therefore, by eyeballing it, which is how I've been doing it for the last year because I didn't have the frickin' pens and markers because I'm not rich. Oh, I just got a Pika Pika. Thank you for following the Lesbian Birdhouse. And hello, the Lesbian Birdhouse, because they just said hi. Thank you so much for the Pika Pika. It's super appreciated. Therefore, let's see. For milk tea, I decided to go with Copic E04 Lipstick Natural. Maybe if I put it right side up and without the glare, there we go. And for Copic no, not this one, PK2 Dusty Rose. I am doing fantastic, Birdhouse. I am in a great mood. I just started. I'm listing out the colors, and then we'll get to the art once I'm done. We're gonna have a good time. For peach, I went with Copic ROO Pinkish White. And the Chameleon PK Tree Bubblegum. I know the colors look bright, but on my reference sheet, the Chameleon Pinks are actually quite pale. There we go. So that's what urged my decision on the colors. Next, for Geranium, I went with RV21 Light Pink and PK4 Peony, the other pink. And finally for Cardinal, I went with RV29 Crimson, which is a sketch. And RD2 Red Coral. Coral! Gonna have another sip. Then we're gonna start with the first one. For those not in the know, the Saturday live streams are only on the first Saturday of the month. And if you follow me on Instagram, which is of course so very unofficial, I always put, the day before, I always put in my stories, I open the requests, and you can request something to draw, but that is only available on the Friday right before the first Saturday of the month, because you don't get to pick the colors. Now I can put my notes away. And we can start the actual reason why we're here. So of course I have no problem answering questions and I have no problem chatting. I am just warning you in advance that it will take me a little while to answer questions or to check the chat because I am way further away from my screen during these traditional draws. Could draw more realistic, but I don't feel like it. It's my stream, I'm the boss. Oh, thank you very much. That's very appreciated. I like when people like my stuff because then that means I entertain them and that is my goal in life. I'm not even basing myself off the movie because I did not see the movie. I'm basing myself off an action figure because apparently movie stills of this character are hard to find. I like that she has giant shoulders for her age. I have giant shoulders too, and I love my giant shoulders. I almost lost my pencil. My Draftmatic Special Edition. It is not necessary to get Special Edition anything. I just like Special Edition shit. I mean, I could do this drawing with a clicky pencil bic and I would get the same results. Heck, even better. I'll do you one better. My Ninja Turtle clicky bic. I actually put the cushion of the Ninja Turtle clicky bic on the Draftmatic. Hey, it's your art supplies. You do what you want. You the boss of you. At the price they expect us to pay for these. So yeah, let's talk about something fun today before I devolve into my usual complaining. The Zoom class I attended last night, I was a guest. I was not a co-host this time, I was a guest. We got to see so much art. It was so fun. I loved it so much. We got to see some 2D, some 3D modeling. We even got to see some stop motion animation. Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, it was awfully cool. I haven't been a student in years, and I do not plan to go back to studying. But it's lovely to see students work. Their souls have yet to be crushed. And that's why I participate in them, because I'm trying to encourage them to not let their souls be crushed. Because let's be honest, if you know even a little bit of comic history, you know that most comic artists, most classic comic artists, were miserable, pretty much. And some of them even went so far as to become hermits. Sadly, some of them left us early, to put it politely, and so my various streaming platforms do not deplatformize me. And maybe I'm naive, but I have yet to reach that point where I'm miserable doing art. It has yet to happen, and I just love art so much. There's so much you can do with art, and all kind of art, not just drawing. Because I also sew, however it's supposed to be pronounced. I am French. I needle felt, I paint, I sculpt. Right now I am customizing a figure for the first time. Because most of my art is mostly me going, I wonder if I can do that. I gotta see if I can do that. And it turns out I can. And then I'm like, yay! I treat art like therapy. It's a way of making myself happy and I love doing it. That is the right way to think about it. I mean, even if you're doing it for a job, you should still get some fun out of it, you know? Of course, there's some projects that I work on. Not that big a fan. And when it gets ridiculous, I have to have a talk with the client because there's only so much I can take. Like when the client just won't frickin' decide on something and I'm like, look, I drew this logo like 20 times already. Pick something or I'm going to have to fire you as a client. You will not ruin this for me. Oh, I almost used my solid eraser for that. But no, you have to use your gummy eraser. Or else you erase too much. You only want to erase a little. But you still want to be able to see your lines. That's why I try not to push too hard on my pencil work. Because I tend to have a heavy hand. That's why I practice with some brushes. To try and lighten my hand so I can also get some line weight going on. But I tend to draw more at ligne claire, where every line has the same weight. I'm trying to train myself out of that. Gonna have another sip. It's, what's the name of this tea? Honey throat drop, something like that. It tastes like warm, juicy fruit gum. Pre-chewed for your convenience. Alrighty then, let's see what we're going to use. I gotta use something kind of darkish for her skin regardless, so it shows up. Yeah, it is pretty tasty. I usually drink that or Bravissimo when I have a soreish throat. But if I have to pick in between honey throat drops and Bravissimo, it's honey throat drops every time, because Bravissimo pretty much tastes like dandelion juice. Not exactly a favorite. Go. Gonna put the focus on her eyes. I'm a big fan of tea. I like Pepsi, but the fun thing with tea is that you can have a ton of flavor and it takes less room. Than a 24 pack of Pepsi. Oops, I gotta stay in the screen. going solely by what I'm seeing on the figure. So if it's not accurate,
It's not my fault. I didn't see the movie.
So what is basically happening is that I like to use chameleon liners for these because they dry almost instantly and they don't melt with Copic markers. I haven't used them for their actual purpose ever. I did it once for a test, and that's it. Because what you're supposed to do with chameleon markers, you're supposed to you grab one, you take the cover off, and you have an ink cartridge in the cover, and then you take another one, and you're supposed to put it inside the other color. Wait a couple seconds, 3, 5, 7, depending on how long you want the gradient to be. Then you take it off and then you draw and the color will slowly shift to the back to the original color. You can even do it with 3 or 4 colors in a row. It's really neat, I tried it. But since then I've only been using it to line my work with Copics because the results is amazing. You want something that holds up against your Copics. I have some Tri-Plus fine liners which are cheaper and brighter, but they will melt with Copic. And that's a darn shame. I don't think I changed the scheduling on my Twitch. But the stream is streaming now, so deal with it. There we go. So as usual, we're going to let that dry and we're going to switch to the other one. Usually during these Saturday streams, I try to at least make a minimum of 4 sketch cards using the colors provided by Universe of Marker. And that's what we're going to do. Alright, next. That was the first one. Okay, that's the second one.
Are we gonna have fun?
This is the thing. I asked for requests during these challenges because one, it adds to the challenge, and two, if it was just of me, I would only be drawing like ponies or Pokemon. because they give me a color and then I know the Pokemon of that color, and I know the pony of that color, and I know the Care Bear of that color. But then, is it really a challenge if it's stuff I'm used to drawing? Have you seen Princess Mononoke? It's a really cool movie and I highly... Yes, I have actually, 2 years ago. I've actually seen the entire thing 2 years ago. It's very good. Love the animation. I don't watch a lot of movies, so I kind of have to be like forced by friends to watch a movie. I will read a lot about movies, like I know a shit ton about a lot of horror movies. Haven't watched a single one. I've watched the last 20 minutes of Evil Dead because I happened to fall on it and I really wanted to watch it while channel surfing, which is already rare to begin with because I don't watch a lot of TV either. I watch a ton of YouTube though. I don't really have the attention span to just watch something. I usually have my phone out and I read. Sometimes I even read about the movie itself that I'm watching, because I love me some trivia. Though I have watched all the Purge movies. Oh, did you mean the news? Because that's what's going on right now. Whew. Proportions are a little off on this guy, but they're still cute under my hand, so I'm not gonna change them. As a kid, I used to watch a shit ton of cartoons. Even I don't believe how many cartoons I know I've watched, and I was like, did I even take time to eat and sleep? So many shows. Holy crap. Well, I say so many shows. A couple shows and mostly cartoons, obviously. Big fan of Captain Harlock, Giant Robo Grandizer, which is basically a sequel to Mazinger, but I've never watched Mazinger. As a thing, anime was not a big thing in the 70s and 80s, and I grew up in the 80s, 90s, and the thing is, in Quebec, I don't know what kind of deal we had with France, but we were able to get all their shows, as well as our own. So and anime was, and probably still is, a huge thing in France. Like, they had all the rights to all the cartoons to translate them in French. So I got to see a lot of anime. And that always scared me as a child from Dora the Explorer. I don't know why, but it gave me nightmares. Oh boy, I have my own stories about Dora. Because honestly, Dora, the entire show being scary, I don't blame you. Because, funny thing, in English, Dora will teach you Spanish, and the accent is pretty good. In French, Dora will teach you English. Thankfully, I did not learn my English from Dora. Because the pronunciation... Oh my god. Instead of saying good idea, say good idea! Good what? Excuse me? It's like, okay, for Dora's French voice actor, we need somebody who has never heard of the concept of English, and we'll make her speak English. Because that's what she sounds like. And I was kind of forced to watch a whole episode of Dora when I was in my early 30s, because I was stuck upstairs in the spare room and cable was not plugged in the spare room, and I couldn't even get my phone because I was stuck in bed with the humidifier because I had pneumonia. And I couldn't even breathe enough to go back downstairs to my room. So for a full day, I was stuck on the one channel the TV had, and it was Dora, and oh my goodness. Like, that pneumonia was so bad, I skipped work for an entire week because I couldn't breathe. It was horrible. No, sir, I did not care for that. And still, that is not the worst cartoon I've ever seen. The worst cartoon I've ever seen is like a 50-50 between, I think Tex Avery Presents, I think that's the name of it. The Wacky World of Tex Avery and Ren and Stimpy Adult Party Cartoon. Oh my god. Adult Party Cartoon was simply completely uncomfortable to watch. Like, oh god, please, no. And Wacky World of Tex Avery. I remember I used to watch the episodes. Was not sure what to make of them. And then when they showed up on Netflix, I thought to myself, well, maybe I should at least try to watch it, see if it's as bad as I remember. And I watched one episode, and that was enough. That was more than enough. I did not care for it. Like, there was nothing good about it. Let's be real. The actual real life Tex Avery used to make amazing cartoons, but that show did not do him justice. Like, you're not supposed to frown when you watch a cartoon, like a Looney Tunes style cartoon. And the Wacky World of Tex Avery was like a big pile of no. A big pile of please don't. Please stop. He's already dead. While crying uncontrollably. There we go. To mimic fuzz, you just have to make your lines a little uneven. He looks kind of drunk. Usually these streams last for about an hour / an hour and a half. Sometimes 2 hours if I have the energy. Fair warning. It's not often I master draw Muppets. I don't really think about drawing Muppets. Because like I said, it's either Pokemon or ponies. So yeah, it's a nice change. And the bright hearts of the flowers on the scarf. Okay, gonna hang this one up to dry. I'm gonna switch to the first one and finish her off. For those wondering, I am using professional strength tack paste. It doesn't leave a greasy residue like the normal paste. And boy does it hold. Now we're free to use the vinyl eraser. I like vinyl erasers because they're gentle on ink and they don't have to cost a lot. As long as it kind of looks frosty, it's a good one. This one came from Wish. I mean, I kind of have to save money on certain art supplies because the ones I use regularly, like my Chameleon and my Copics, they're like stupid expensive for no good reason. Like the artist stacks. You want good art supplies? You better pay out the nose, bitch. Ah. So if you got a chance to save money on some art supplies, go right ahead. Don't stop for me. Now let's see what I can do with you. As I kind of use these colors as shading, or else it's gonna be too much, you know? As if I completely fill the form. Then to shade, I'm going to make the color darker and darker and darker as I layer. So yeah. It's touchy, it's a touchy art supply. But that's the fun thing about Copics, is that you can layer them. That's why when you see tutorials about Copics, they usually always recommend to save money to get the paler colors first, because you can layer them. Also, me personally, I also recommend thick cardstock to work on them instead of printer paper, so you can layer once again. Or else it either feathers too much, or you lose too much of the color. And then it sucks. Also, I have like a whole collection of classic Copics and a whole collection of sketch. I do prefer the sketches because they have the brush nib, and you have a bit more control on your lines than with the bullet nib and or the chisel nib or the original Copics. The sketch Copics also have a chisel. I barely use it most of the time, except if I need to fill out a whole giant area. Then it's easier on the marker itself to use the chisel nib. But I do like that the brush nib gives me a lot more control on what I'm doing. I could use the bullet nib on, and I do, on the original ones. But it's not as comfortable to control, I would say. Then again, it's all about practice, because of course there's artists out there who have no problem doing amazing pieces with just the chisel nib. And I'm like, you know what? All the power to you, buddy. Good job. I am not gonna discourage talent. I'm not sure that the person who requested this character expected this version of the character, but I looked it up and I liked it, so that's what I'm doing. I'm assuming it is, because it's from the recent movie, so... Thank you. I also have the Copic airbrush, but I never feel like pulling it out for these streams. I just feel like my compressor is noisy. All compressors are noisy, really, but... because then it's the constant clicking of the pens as I change them, and then it's a... from the airbrush. But then I have to mask, and then it's longer. We are gonna intensify those eyes, so help me God. That's a kid you don't want to mess with. And we're good with her. Therefore, I believe it's time to go for the other guy. This is, of course, a young Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman 1984. Which is 2 years after I was born. Because I'm an old fart. I'm an old fart who is literally younger than Mario, but older than Luigi. Wrap your head around that one. Because I know in canon they're supposed to be twins. And that was a canon that was a retconning of the original idea that they were simply brothers and not twins. Caused by the release of Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo. But the premiere of Mario by himself was in 1981. The premiere of Luigi in Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers, just Mario Brothers, was in 1983. And that's how I managed to be younger than Mario, but older than Luigi. And now you know, and knowing is half the battle. That's another thing I like about markers. You can easily fake texture depending on how you apply the color. Oh, he's so cute in pink. Now, I am allowed to use black and white. I usually try to avoid black entirely, but I am allowed. And usually when I use white is for some touch-ups, some shines, stuff like that. I'm constantly stopping to look at the chat in case there's something new. I have an audio bleep to tell me when there's something new, but most of the time it's my own program, the bots. Sometimes it's a third-party bot that wants to know if I want to buy followers that gets past my my mod bots, and I'm like, no! Go away, you scammer! I'm not even Twitch affiliated and you'll want me to lose my account. No! Man, those who aren't here to see this are missing out. He is so cute. Socks says hi, I know you're here. Hi, Socks. I'm gonna go on the chisel tip for a while because my brush nib looks juicy. And I don't like that because if your nib is too juicy, you might risk spilling. And this fuzzy is too cute to ruin at this point. Now you can tell I'm focused when I stop talking, but I like talking during my streams because it keeps me from falling asleep. Not that I'm as lazy as I claim I am. But if I'm warm and comfortable, I do tend to fall asleep. Which is why I avoid driving as much as possible, or if I do, I make sure the AC is on, or there's a window down or something. Because in my case, it's kind of dangerous. So I got some generic music on because whenever I use music I actually use when I draw, YouTube is like copyright infringement, and then Twitch is like copyright infringement, and no fun allowed if companies aren't making $1 billion on your ass. And don't get me started on Nintendo. Now I love Nintendo, but holy jeez, they are getting really annoying. Would be saying more, but I just don't have anything to say. Your art is really pretty. Thank you! That's okay, I'll try to talk enough for two. Plus, on top of that, I've been doing some Easter egg hunts on my comic, well, my comic, me and Gabe's comic, Super Mario Adventures Continued, and there's one person that won twice so far, and they ask for the most wholesome things, and that's a lovely change from people who usually contact me and ask for fetish stuff, and I'm like, at what point did I make it look like I do fetish stuff? Bonus points for the ones that insist after I say no. And I'm like, it's a no, it's not negotiable. It's a no. I said no. Can you try? It's not that I can't, it's that I won't. Oh, look at him. Look at him. What a cutie. And there we go. We have it for Fozzie. Hang on. It is illegal to draw Fozzie without... There we go. Now it's complete. Alright. Let's head on to the third prompt. Alright. I've got a bunch of these. And hopefully, if all goes well, I might get some black versions of these cards so I can offer more commission options. I'm just gonna re-shank my shiv. This is a Coom brand dual step sharpener. It is my favorite sharpener. Look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah. It makes my points so pointy. I love it. You know, I think my friend Tiago is a big fan of characters where you can't see their faces too well. So that's why he asks for them a lot. I mean, I assume that's what she looks like. I haven't played anything outside of Dragon Quest XI since I got it, and I got it in 2019. Like, I was hyped for a lot of other games, but then I got that game and I was like, eh. I'll get the other ones when I get to them. There we go. Well, that wasn't so hard. Of course, I'm doing my best with what I have. Round up that nose, young lady. This is an electric eraser that I got off of AliExpress, which is pretty much Wish, and it's working pretty darn good. You can take off the plastic bit here, the plastic adapter, and you can put in some larger pieces of erasers, but I like the smaller one because, once again, I like control. You want control with your art supplies, not your relationships. And that was my feel-good advice of the day. I've drawn so many spines with Skull Jerry. I'm pretty good at spines at this point. And mean, even if I trace them completely off my reference mannequin and clip, I still have to draw over them. So if I know a bone, it's spines. Sharon, you're cheating. Random person, I don't care. With the amount of art I produce in a week, you have no choice but to use shortcuts and tools to lighten your workload, or else your arms will literally fall out of their sockets. Of course, there's a bunch of stuff that I don't trace, obviously. I mean, I don't trace anything in Bootleg Cookie. I don't trace anything in Super Mario Adventures Continued. But for more complicated stuff, sometimes you have no choice. Either because of time crunch, or you're not there yet, but you feel you could on a certain thing that you're trying to draw. Of course, when I say trace, I mean trace your own references. Whenever possible. Don't trace other people's art. I think the thing you can do is when people post bases, if they're free to use, go right ahead. You can trace off of those and then learn how to go from there, you know? Because me, what I like to do when I trace my references is also trace the wireframe so I can understand how the figure works. Because if you just trace for trace, then you're not learning anything, are you? Because that's the thing when you're an artist. You are always learning. Always, 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 always. Even if you're considered a professional, you are always learning. And be proud of that. I mean, you're not supposed to be a Pokemon master, okay? You're not supposed to be the very best like no one ever was. You're supposed to have fun with this. If you're stressed and you're not having fun, then you gotta reevaluate what you're doing. Or what other people are doing to you. Because that's also a factor. On the subject of hate mail, because after the class was done yesterday, had a little chit-chat with the teacher, and he mentioned that he had recently learned how female artists are treated in the art world, on social media and stuff like that. We do get threatened. We do get mail that we do not care for. And it shouldn't be like that. That's why calling out is important, but sometimes we just can't call people out because of the threats. Or we can't afford legal counsel and stuff like that. But whenever possible, call them out. You can't keep people keep acting like that. Try to discourage you because they're jealous, obviously. I've had some funny shit over the years, though, not gonna lie. On DeviantArt, I once had a guy, some rando, no idea who he was, but it was obviously a guy the way it was written. Like, just from one sentence, I could, like, smell it was a guy, you know? And he made an account. And he wrote me 15 different private messages. Well, I say different. They were separate messages, but they all said the same thing. Because on most things, my account name is so very unofficial. Because I like the way it sounds. And because I like to play with art styles. That idiot made an account just to tell me 15 times in a row, the only official thing about you is that you suck. It took me so long to stop laughing, I swear. And then he deactivated the account. It was so funny. How can you not laugh? Like, you went through all that trouble to try and bring me down with an insult. Even a 12-year-old would look at you and go, come on, man. Like, this guy could do better than that, you know? Like, you went through all that trouble, and for what? Alright. Gonna hang you up. That came out pretty good, not gonna lie. And finally, not you, not you, not you. There we are. Like, that's why I am a firm believer of, where did I put my, there we go. Standing your ground. Doesn't matter if it's with haters, with companies, with commissioners, with clients. You, especially as a female creator, you have to stand your grounds because people will automatically attempt to take advantage of you. There's no sugarcoating it, you know? And I've had my fair share of people that tried really hard to take advantage of me. Oh boy. An effort was made. I mean, A+ for effort. But, no. Like, retail fuck you, you know? And what I mean by retail fuck you is basically tell them politely to go fuck themselves. And if polite don't work, then fuck them, you're the boss. Especially when it comes to companies trying to get a discount on your art. You're a freaking company! You should have the money! I'm not even charging that much. Yeah, but can you give us a discount? No! Well, we know an artist that can do it cheaper. Okay, go see them. You went for me because you wanted me. If you can't afford me, then go see another artist. 9 times out of 10, they come back with their tails between their legs. I sadly have to go now, so farewell. I hope the rest of the drawings go well. Have a good day, night. It's day on my side, so yes, thank you very much. And if you follow me on Instagram, So Very Unofficial, you'll get to see them when I'm done. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, night, middle of the night. You too, Birdhouse. And what did he want me to write with that? I have to go check some reference. Assuming it's still there, because after he made his request, he oh wait, I think it's in my my screenshot actually. Oh, yes it is. Good. For all I know is saying shit, I don't know this language. Followed my reference pretty closely on this guy, but I pushed the pose further for more movement, more dynamism. Dynamism. How the fuck does English work? still not over Instagram expecting us to spend 5 hours per day on the app. That is just ridiculous. We have other shit to do. Yeah, but the algorithm, by the time we understand the algorithm, they're gonna change it again anyway. While in the class I did say to be consistent with your posting, be consistent at your own schedule. You can try to follow the algorithm, but they change it like every month. So there's no real point. Just be regular and advertise. That's the best you can do, realistically speaking. You got other shit to do like art, eat, sleep, poop. Poop's a good one. Why does he ask me to write something? He knows... This is from my friend Edge. He knows I have the handwriting of a toddler. So why must you insist? Of course, for the challenge, I don't have to use all 4 colors. And this guy is pretty monochromatic, since he's from the Golden Age. Because that's the thing with my friend Edge, he's super interested in obscure languages and obscure characters and copyright laws. And honestly, I don't blame him. Because it's a freaking nightmare to navigate at times. Because people are so greedy. Like, when I die, I don't care what people do with my characters. I'll be fucking dead. Like, at worst, put a little footnote d'après l'œuvre de... You know? I'm not asking for much here. But no, the descendants and the companies that own copyrights, they gotta keep having that money. What they don't see, however, is by increasing the copyrights and increasing the regulation of the use of their characters, they're alienating their fans. Because now the fans are not allowed to express their love of their creations the way they want. To go back to Nintendo, Nintendo doesn't like when you mod their games, Nintendo doesn't like when you make fan games, Nintendo doesn't like when you want to submit art. Unless it's spec work they ask for. And what is spec work? It's when they expect you to draw for them for free with the chance of winning something, you know? gonna lie, it's nice because that's how I got my lovely Uniqlo Mario shirt. But still... it's still spec work. But if they steal your shit, oh, they're in the right. Because you can't afford the lawyers that they can afford. Like, you don't want to be at the point where people say, I hope this person doesn't see the loving tribute I did to their characters or their work or their writing. Or else they're gonna sue me. I mean, that sucks. When you're at that point, you need to reevaluate your life. Please enjoy our creation. Okay, no, not like that. You know? At first they kept claiming, well, it's because we don't want people to ruin our characters. No, you're just trying to weasel as much money as possible, especially considering lately there's been news that Japan is trying to outlaw cosplay because they claim that cosplaying takes revenue away from creators. Which is very obviously bullshit because it's publishing companies that are taking away money from creators by not paying them. Okay? What fans are doing is showing their love and appreciation to the material by bringing that character to life. It's their own money they're spending. It's not like the creator, after they're done doing the comic or doing the cartoon, instead of sleeping, they go and try to mass-produce costumes of their characters, which are usually terrible quality anyway, because they're mass-produced. So yeah, I call total bullshit on that one. Also, whenever possible, when using an eraser, you want to use a brush, like this one, to wipe the eraser thingies away. Because with the hand, you always run the risk of smudging your lines and stuff like that because of the grease, the oils on your hands, which are natural, the sweat, stuff like that. But a brush is usually always dry, so you're good to go there. They're usually available at art stores. I say usually because we all know my issues with my local art store. And shop local. You have nothing that I need. We'll order it. No, you won't. I know because I asked you to order tons of things and you didn't order a single one. So yeah, I gave you plenty of chances. Now I'm ordering online. I have no choice. Grab some tea. Looks like we're going past the 2:30 mark. You know what? I think I'm gonna try layering the lipstick color. Because I don't think I've actually used the lipstick. Ah, yeah, there we go. Now you're talking. Now I can use the light pink for the background. So we have a bit of a contrast between the white of the bone and the white of the backdrop. I can't afford, with all the practice I've put in, I can't afford to color fast now. And you kind of have to hit a sweet spot with Copics that I still can't. And I said I could afford to color fast because I understand where my nib is, so I don't always color over the lines. Because there's a sweet spot of speed to reach with Copics. So you have somewhat of a uniform color. You can't go too fast or it streaks. You can't go too slow or it streaks. They're very touchy. And as you can tell, even if I only did the line art on the bone and on the hair, you can tell that they're different colors because of the color of the line art that I chose. Gonna add a little dimension to the bone still. But that's all kind of neat little things that you can do when you have various art supplies. Or digitally. You can color line art digitally. It's called the color hold. Color block is when you fill in an area. Color hold is when you fill in the line in a different color. Usually with these cards, I sign my complete name in the back so that it doesn't go over the art on the front. We're almost done, folks. Still got Leo the Lucky Lion. This is Silent from Something Something Spire. Silent from Slay the Spire. There we go. Silent. You know something I am not? After this I am taking such a pee because I've been drinking tea the entire time, and now it's lukewarm. My mistake, it's cold. That's the fun thing about chameleons too, they dry really fast. When trying new supplies for the first time, I always recommend doing several tests to see how your supplies work with each other. And like if it's several colors, you want to do a color wheel, color code, color swatch. This is my Copic one of the two, because this one is kind of faded. So I also have a Copic booklet. And every time I get a new color, I fill it in. I have that for my Copics, my Triplus, my colored pencils, everything. My paints. Even if when it comes to my Copics, like all my liquid art, I have a tendency to still test it on a piece of paper on the side before I start. Even if I have the swatch book open, just to make sure it's still that color, I don't know. Everybody has their quirks. I like this color. This is crimson? Yeah. It's a very lovely dark pink. Very red velvet. The cake. Gotta do the pants. I'm just gonna work a little harder on his hand. I think that's the best I can do. But that's okay. He's still cute. And I got another live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. I am going to be completely mute by Monday at this rate. Hopefully I'm done before my parents get home so Mom doesn't ring the bell and I can't answer because I'm here. really might ruin the mono thing I've got going on here. No, like I said, there we go. So I'm only using it for shading. There we go. And we're done with Leo the Lucky Lion. Therefore, let's pull down everybody so we can have a good look at all of them. Let's see if I can zoom out a bit more. There we go. So we have the young Wonder Woman. We have Fozzie Bear. We have Silent from Slay the Spire. And Leo the Lucky Lion saying whatever that says. And with that, we are done for today. So let me just get to the bookend. There we go. So as usual, thank you for watching. Extra special thanks to my patrons, plural, Amber B, Jeff B, Paul K, Graham S. Extra special thanks to all of you. Your support, your continued support is immensely appreciated. Of course, as it says, the next live stream will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.